That was disrespectful. My mama would have slapped the... Hey guys, it's your girl Asia, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Hanna. This is now episode 2, which is called Friend. So episode 1 was our pilot episode, and we got a lot of backstory. Not a lot, but I guess more backstory than we definitely got in the movie about who Hanna is and how she was raised and kind of how she came to be the force that the movie definitely showed us when Hanna broke out on the scene. But basically, after we kind of got our backstory on how Hanna got to be in the woods, how her and her father ended up being the way that they were, we ended the episode with Hanna being captured by the organization that originally created her, I will say. At this point, Hanna is now on her way outside of the forest for the first time in her life. She's never been outside of this perimeter of the forest in her entire life, and she has no idea what the real world is like outside of what her father has taught her. So without further ado, let's get into this episode and we will chat about it afterwards. Okay? Let's go. Wow, man, where are you going?
What?
Are you leaving home?
What you got in there?
Forever?
For a month, aren't we?
Does she look like she's the age of needing bears?
Has anyone talked to her yet?
I know, isn't it glorious? So much better than a stream. Can y'all give her some conditioner or something though? I mean, man.
Did you ever meet anyone aside from your father? Any friends?
I lived in a forest. Well, you think I sing to squirrels? Oh, guys, remember outside? I want to go to the ocean. Do you even know this guy? See, this is how y'all get corona, you see?
This country is more than just seaside. We're going to go and see the real thing. Oh, nice.
Rude.
Thanks for the support.
Right?
Oh,
that was
Jesus,
disrespectful. My mama would have slapped that.
Guys, please.
It's nice knowing you.
She's faking. Richards, get out of there.
Abort. I repeat.
It's too late. Just like that. Peace out. You fools. Okay. You got Hitman, the female version.
I don't know why we came. It's been the worst trip of my life.
Oh God, teenagers are so extra. Oh my God.
Sophie, what? Where are you going?
Let her go. Let her go. That's what my mama said. Guan. Guan. And when uno get catch up, nobody look for me. No. No, no help. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. The way you took off with such impudence. Clearly you can handle life on your own. Okay, those heels though. She may not be able to slay in the office, but she slays with them shoes.
Say hello to Marisa.
Renoir knows evil when he smells it. That's right. He's like, bye, Satan.
I'm encouraged to be independent.
Yes.
You like that?
Really, ma'am? Were you not just screaming for your daddy like a 3-year-old 2 seconds ago? You better
As an
shush.
accountant,
Look how many Snickers bars. It's duty-free.
You still have to pay for those. But we can buy one.
Did your dad not tell you about money, girl? You speak 3 languages, can murder people in 65 ways, but you all don't know how to spend money? Woo! Eric, you failed this child.
Maybe we should take you to the police. Maybe they can help you.
Oh my God, Dad, don't be such a
Sophie,
loser.
you do not talk to me like that, all right? You do not talk to me
Oh,
like
what?
that.
Now you're mad at her? She's been disrespecting her mom this whole trip, and now you mad, sir?
Yeah.
you beat my highest score?
Well, you know, gamer girls. We rule the world. Ooh, daddy clean up nice. You just walking around with your bare face in a world full of cameras, sir. Have you learned nothing? Have a hat or something. You're right, that shirt was very cumbersome. You should probably take it off. Where's the photo shoot, baby? Hanna's like, wow, y'all just waste a lot of time on nothing in this world, huh? Take me back to the forest. Oh, wow, okay. She's attempting to find the beat. That's a start.
That means it's working.
That means trouble, girl.
Why is
Starts
boy
out
looking
all
at me?
tingly and then facing a toilet bowl. Seriously, Sophie, she's gonna have mono and all kinds of mouth diseases. She just be putting her lips on anybody.
Open your mouth.
Ew, no, keep it closed. Oh. No. He's like, aw, you're safe. Why are you wearing makeup? Very sweet. Hannah, I need you to focus, girl. Focus. There we go. Welcome back to the real world. You're being watched. No! She's fine. She used him as a cushion. It's all good. You got a nerve. And now you're on the internet. Good girl. Now run! She's like, come at me again. Point that gun at me again. No. Good girl. Ooh, look at that parkour. Okay, guys, that was the latest episode of Hanna, which was called Friend. And once again, much like the pilot, it's just kind of giving us a little bit more depth and a little bit more tapestry to some of the things that we saw in the movie. And again, if you have not seen the Hanna movie, that's fine. You don't necessarily need to, though I would encourage you to do it. It's actually a pretty good movie, underrated in my opinion. There was a whole little moment, I'd say maybe about 20 or so minutes of the movie that was comprised of Hanna, same situation, meeting this family on vacation and kind of developing this little bond with this other teenage girl that would be around her age. And again, I think the whole point of this interaction was for Hanna to experience all these things that she'd missed out on being raised by Eric in the forest, right? She never saw anybody else but him. And while, yes, Hannah's still able to communicate and interact with people to some degree, she's missed out on a lot. I really like that the show kind of showed a little bit of that dissonance as far as her growing up the way she did versus your typical teenager that's been maybe hyper exposed to social media and distractions in the world as we know it. And I kind of like that they delved a little bit more, like even though it was kind of a side story of Sophie's family, Sophie the friend, because in the movie it was just like serendipitously this family is here and you've got a stereotypical teenager who doesn't want to be on vacation with her family, who latches onto Hanna just as an escape. But here we kind of got a little bit into Sophie as a character. We gave her a little bit more fullness, a little bit more roundness as even though she's a stepping stool in Hannah's story, she had her own little side story of how clearly her family is going through it right now. And her mom planned this impromptu road trip all the way to Morocco to kind of bond with the family, which actually is an amazing trip. And it's really sad that I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of teenagers would have responded the way that Sophie did and not appreciate just how amazing a road trip to Morocco from the UK would be. Like, do you know how beautiful the land is, like where they'd be going potentially across Europe? It's stunning. And it sounds like there's some stuff going on in the family life, and the mom was hoping that this trip would be a big fat band-aid for it all. But yeah, the reality is if there are real issues in the family as far as them not connecting, and we saw that Sophie and her little brother do not seem to have a lot of respect for their parents, which is their parents' fault. They clearly haven't been raising them to be respectful. And there's a big difference between letting your children speak their minds and have their opinion and just being outright disrespectful, which Sophie very much was, and her brother seemed to be following in her footsteps. But I like that they kind of brought out that there's some deeper issues there and that the family needs to really work on truly getting past their communication issues and the fact that they've obviously kind of all gone into their four corners versus just let's go on a trip and everything will be okay. We obviously saw that really great action sequence with Hanna escaping the facility after she thought she'd killed the person that she was supposed to. I mean, Hanna would have known, because in the movie Hanna never got to see a picture of the woman that she was supposed to kill, which is why she thought she'd killed the right woman. But in this one we saw in the first episode, Hanna actually saw a picture of, I cannot think of her name right now, the director, whoever. So I think Hanna knew that the woman who came to see her was not her, but she chose to kill her anyways and escape. So to me, that means that Hanna did it on purpose, like to send a message to let her know that, hey, I'm coming for you. But the message was sent anyways. Clearly, whoever that lady is, I wish I remembered her name, sorry. She shook. She's clearly very shaken by what happened, and she definitely wants to get Hanna under control. Very curious about the DNA results as well, because in the movie they also mentioned that Hanna had unique DNA, but I don't think they ever went into it in the movie, and I think that was just because we didn't have the time. But I'm hoping in this show they will get into what the abnormalities are that came up on our DNA test and whether they're good or bad or what they were going for. Was that what they were going for when they created Hanna and all these other kids? And so, yeah, if not this season, potentially in the next season. But they brought it up twice, so I'm hoping it's going to actually go somewhere and not just be a red herring that they've thrown out into the ether. Some professional, off the books, I guess you could call them bounty hunters. They're on to Hanna, and I think Hanna now is back into the real world. Like, I'm glad she had this episode to kind of be a teenager and let go of being basically in fight or flight mode all the time, which is the way that she was raised. And I really like that moment where we saw her at the train station with Sophie, where she's like, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave this life that I could have had. It's very clear that she misses that family aspect and that softness she was never raised with. But it was like that juxtaposition between that and then the fight scene in the bus station or the train station where it's like, oh no, like there's a reason my dad trained me. Like, because you saw, like, she kind of that moment of questioning whether or not her father had really been protecting her from something, or if maybe her life should be the way Sophie's is, where she has no cares in the world. But then we had that like violent slap in the face in the train station that, oh no, there are people coming after me. I cannot live this life. Like, this is not my lot. You know, I don't get to live the life Sophie has. And it's also a bit of a wake-up call for her too, that she can't really attach herself to anybody right now, because with these people following her, she did inadvertently put this family in danger. And thankfully these mercenaries for hire did not decide that the family was expendable. Yeah, we're gonna see things, I think, speed up and get a lot more stressful and intense as we culminate to, at least in the movie, it culminated to the meeting in Berlin. And we'll have to see if that's the same case here. I'm very excited to see where we go from here and how many more detours we're going to take. And I'm hoping we don't take any just for the sake of episode count, but we'll have to see. So far, I have to say I am enjoying it, and I think they're doing a great job with building up Hanna's character as well as keeping the pacing at a good pace. Yeah, keeping the pacing paced. We'll go with that. So thanks so much for watching along with me, guys. If you like this video, please go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more from me and this geeky face, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. Until next time, see ya.